Yo, welcome to Physics with Vinay. Hi, I'm Vinay and I'm back this time with a video on the solution to the Opal paradox, which I post to all of you in episode number 5 of the Rare series. I have to admit that I wasn't able to go through all your comments because episode number 5 of the Rare series received nearly double the number of comments and double the number of views in the 2 days since I posted the video compared to my other videos. So I didn't really get time to view and analyze each comment, but from the few comments that I did see, I'm delighted to say that some of you have actually correctly resolved this paradox. So let's have a look. So the setup was that I have a rod, force F is acting at the center, I have F by 2 and F by 2 acting to the left, ensuring an acceleration 0 and angular acceleration 0. Then I asked you, how would we ensure the same? How would we ensure acceleration 0 and angular acceleration 0 for any section of the rod? So I'm going to divide this rod into two sections, two equal sections, the blue and the green. If I consider the FPD of the blue section, I will have F by 2, F by 2 here to ensure that acceleration is 0. And similarly for the green surface, I will have F by 2, and on the top surface I'll have F by 2 to the right, once again to ensure acceleration 0. However, you can see that for the blue section, these two forces will produce an anti-clockwise torque, and for the green, similarly, I'll have a clockwise torque. So how will we ensure that angular acceleration is also 0? That was the paradox. Now, let us just look at the tendency of the blue and the green rods, green sections. The blue section will tend to rotate in the anti-clockwise direction. It won't actually do it, but that is the tendency. And the green section will rotate in the clockwise direction. So, can you see that if I were to simply slightly tilt the two rods, two sections, there will be a tendency for the left halves to try and compress each other. They're trying pushing into each other. Whereas for the right halves, it will be as if they're trying to pull away from each other. They're trying to push here or in the left half, and the right half is they're trying to pull away from each other. So there will be a tendency to have some compression in the left portion of the rod and to have some extension in the right portion of the rod. It may not be visible for a rigid rod, but that will be the tendency, and therefore there will be internal stress forces generated. Let's have a look. If I were to draw the FPD of the blue section, you will have compressive forces created by the lower portion, which is the green half. On this dotted line, this will be the neutral axis where you will have zero stress. Similarly, the right half of this blue section is going to have a tendency to extend or elongate, and therefore the green rod is going to apply pulling forces on the right half. Once again, the dotted line is the line where you have zero stress. So stress is going to be compressive on the left half and it is going to decrease from the left. On the neutral axis, the stress is going to be 0, and as we go to the right, there will be pulling forces by the green portion, and those will be the tension forces, and that will be increasing as we go to the right. You should now be able to clearly see these stress forces will produce a clockwise torque. And therefore, since they will produce a clockwise torque, they will produce it in such a manner to exactly cancel out the anti-clockwise torque by these forces, and that will ensure that alpha is 0, while also ensuring that there is no net external force on this blue section, because these compressive and tensile stresses, unka forces will cancel each other out. They'll only produce a torque, they won't produce any additional force. So I hope you guys have understood the solution. However, I'm still going to leave you with one last question on this paradox. Let me draw a magnified picture of the blue section. I still have my green section below. Now, if I consider the FPD of this purple section here, which is to the left of the neutral axis, This purple section will be experiencing compressive forces by the green section, as we saw earlier, which will result in a net force only in the upward direction. If I just draw the axis, let's say this is the y-axis, this is the x-axis, these compressive forces will be acting in the y direction. So my question to you is, how will we ensure that this has zero acceleration in the y direction? So do post your thoughts and solutions in the comment section. I will surely have a look. That's it for today. See you guys. Good night.